Hey, Brad. Seemed Kyrie was rather determined to make sure you guys got off to a good start. And what was his night like for you?
No, I mean, super efficient, obviously, in just 28 minutes. 9 for 12 is awfully good. And you're right, first couple of minutes, it sure seemed like he was aggressive, coming down the floor in transition or coming off the screens, looking for his shot. And I think that we need him to be that. We need him to do that. And, you know, it's always good to see.
What'd you see from Al out there? Do you get close to his minutes limit there, and how nice was it just to get a game like that where you can work in?
You know, you take a lot of comfort in having him out on the floor. There's no question about that. It's good to have him back. You know, it's too bad that Baines goes out right before Al's coming back, because I think both those guys they steady the ship in so many ways on both ends of the floor. You can play through them. They don't need to touch it, but when they do, they usually make effective plays, and then defensively they're usually in the right spots and great communicators. I thought Al looked good. He said he felt good, which is encouraging. And I thought it was good that we didn't have to go 4 or 5 minute stints. You know, I thought going a little bit longer in the third quarter was probably better for him. But I thought he looked good.
Was 20 his limit, or was it a little higher for his?
20 was his limit.
And, Coach, a two-part question. Just kind of piggybacking off of that, having Al and Marcus Morris back in that starting lineup, what did that mean to this team tonight? And also with Mook, was he on a minutes restriction?
No.
Okay.
At least, you know, we weren't going to play him 30, 35, but he wasn't like 20 or anything like that. No, it's great to have those guys back. It allows our depth to be, you know, especially on the perimeter, we're really deep, you know, and when you bring Gordon and Jalen off the bench at the 2, 3, or 4, then you have a lot of flexibility there. And so, you know, obviously that should be a strength of ours, and it's good to have everybody back, or at least on the wings.
Coach, you got a little time during the second quarter to draw up that play for Gordon Hayward. What made you want to draw that up for him in particular, and how much do you think that can help his confidence in a play that was relatively similar to the one that he got injured on in Cleveland?
Well, I didn't even think about that. I just, I mean, that was a zone lob, so I've done very many of those in the last 6 years. But, you know, we see some 2-3 here and there. And, you know, I was just trying to get all the initials on the board before they looked at the replay, which sometimes goes fast. So I didn't even think about who was where, other than I knew somebody that could maybe catch a lob needed to be in that spot.
Brad, after last game,
it was good to see him obviously finish it. Sorry.
After last game, Kyrie talked about how in transition there's been a lot of maybe lack of patience when the first option doesn't play out. Was that something that was discussed yesterday? And it seemed like today there's a lot of effectiveness of executing on that first option, or if not, continuing to work the play and really use the shot clock.
It's just, you know, we're always talking about technically what we need to improve on both ends of the floor, but that wasn't the focus of the last 2 days, no. But, you know, I thought we did some good things. We want to be as good as we can in transition. Our bigs ahead of the play is important. And then our guards being spaced and ready to read and play off one another is important.
Brad, I know it's easy for everybody to have fun in a blowout, but it seemed like everybody was a little looser today. Was that, do you think, a result of the meeting or just a result of the game?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I said the whole deal was really well-intentioned, and it was a really, you know, you look back, we'll look back on it as a great experience, you know, because it was, you know, a bunch of really high-performing players in there just being really transparent young human beings, and I think that that's you know, a pretty cool thing to be a part of. So, you know, whether that affects how the ball goes in or not, how much looser you look on the bench, I don't know. But it was a good experience, and, you know, I think that, you know, that's part of a team's journey. Thanks.